Hey y'all!
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome to the Life with the Gumbs channel. This is...
It's your boy Cleet.
And I'm Kimberly. We're a portion of Life with the Gumbs. We also have our son Aiden, our daughter Paris, and our toy Golden Doodle Rocket.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. You didn't have to, but you did.
But you did.
Y'all, we are truly grateful and thankful for you all. Thank
Yes.
y'all so much for being here and tuning in with us.
Yes.
Before we dive into today's video, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and comment, engage with us because we love engaging back with y'all.
Show us that love.
And hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with the happenings with the Life with the Gumbs.
That's right. Because we be happening.
Yes. And y'all be happening too. So let's happen together. Okay?
That's right. I like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what you got today, babe?
You know, we stay in Central Florida.
We do.
We are a Disney family, if you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And so, sometimes we get asked, dang, I want to do a Disney vacation with the fam.
Right.
When is the best time to go?
Yeah.
Or I want to go during this time. And is this a good time to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a really good question we get.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're just going to talk about how to do Disney on a budget, depending on when is the best time to go. Is it the summer? Is it the fall?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Best time to go, And this is going to be kind of incorporating weather, like Kim said, budget, kind of all of those factors. Yeah. So yeah, let's dive into it. Let's talk about, so you want to compare, the flights and all that stuff based off of summer compared
and fall.
to fall?
You could just say summer and fall.
Yeah.
So I would say definitely you want to compare pricing, right?
Yeah.
Because pricing is going to vary, during the summer and fall. During the summertime, kids are out, so families are traveling.
Yeah, think about the supply and demand concept, right? So Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, all of them, they're going to be like, we're going to shoot those hotel prices and those flight prices up because kids are out, homes, right? So think about spring break as an example, that time, that season.
And the holidays.
Right, holidays, right? So think about that. So yes, you're doing it in the summer, but what time in the summer, right? Do you try to catch the tail end of the summer? You might get better deals then. Same thing with the fall, right? If you go right at the beginning of the fall, probably gonna get the highest prices. So those are things to think about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for instance, right now, we're at the beginning. It's not officially summertime by the date definition of summer.
Right.
However, it's the summer
based on school schedule.
Right? The kids are now out here in Florida. So it's the start of summer for them. And right now, things would be a little cheaper right now at the beginning of said summer versus when you get into the thick of summer.
Into the thick of it, right? We get into the end of June.
Yes.
Beginning of July, everybody's trying to do something, right?
Right. So that's when pricing is going to go higher. Versus the fall, right, when kids are going back to school, like August, September time. So that might be a good time to implement.
Right,
especially to Disney.
Especially if you're not taking a whole week off. Let's say if you're doing a weekend situation.
Doing a couple of days or whatever have you. But, however, there are some fall events, right? You got Labor Day.
Yeah.
And then you have, specifically at Disney, you have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween event
starts in the fall.
That starts in the fall. So that attracts a lot of guests as well. So you just got to kind of weigh your options and plan accordingly. Yeah. Specifically when you want to go. If you know for sure you want to do summer, plan accordingly during the summer.
Try to catch
or fall.
We recommend you catch the beginning of that summer or the tail end, right at the end, up into August when you get into that back to school season. Right. Because you can get some good rates, you can get some lower crowds and things of that nature. Right. Which is a good segue into what? I was about to say weather.
Weather.
Yeah. It sounded like you were about to say something else. But weather, right?
I was going to say, it goes right into weather because, that can take a lot into consideration, into your decision for you to consider, right? Because here in Florida, for Walt Disney World, and, in the summertime, if you didn't know, it gets hot, okay? But on the other aspect, with it being tremendously hot during the summertime, there's also daily rain. And when there's daily rain, the crowds do die down.
Yes, they do. But it just makes the day yucky, right?
Yeah.
It's but
it's not as hot though. but it does make it.
So you'll come.
If you don't mind getting wet.
You say you'll plan out this whole vacation. You're like, we're gonna be at the parks. We're gonna go 3 days.
Yeah.
In the summer, it can rain every last one of those 3 days.
Yeah.
And that can kind of damper you. Now we are from here, so we got accustomed to operating in the rain, and we'll go and still do the parks, and we'll ride all the rides. We understanding that, okay, you're gonna get a little wet outside, but you get to go on all the rides.
Maybe don't go wet.
But if you are trying to make this a magical vacation, you're trying to make this a universal vacation or whatever have you, then you want to make sure you're like, okay, summer it's going to be raining. Now it's kind of oxymoronic, right? Because in the summer you think it's just going to be hot all day, but it actually in Florida it's hot and it rains. Compared to the fall, it's going to be hot at times, but then you're going to have less rain.
I mean, granted, in both of those seasons, it is still hurricane season. So we do have those,
those weeks that it might just be raining all week.
Those storm systems that come.
That's right.
During that time. So, like I said, it just goes into, just planning accordingly. And then if you do plan accordingly, we would recommend getting travel insurance because in those cases, if you have to cancel and reschedule, you could be compensated for that.
And listen, I know, we talked about what we wanted to talk about in this video. I just thought of something. We didn't select this as another option, but winter tends to be another option for families that is a little sneaker one, right? Because now it's sneaker because a lot of times you are already having plans for holidays, for Christmas and stuff. So normally families don't want to compete with that. Yeah. But if you can squeeze some time in January might be the ideal time to go.
There's definitely at Disney going to be lower crowds.
Lower crowds. It's going to be cold. It's going to be cold in Florida.
Cold days.
It's the best ever, right? Because it could be warm, but it's not super warm.
Yes.
But then if it's a cold day, you could be in the park all day, no heat, no craziness.
Long sleeve weather.
Yeah, it's a vibe, for real. It's a vibe. So I just want to add that in. I know we didn't think about that. We always try to come prepared. We had our notes. Yeah. But this is outside the notes, all right?
Yes.
Winter.
Bonus.
Yeah, this bonus. Yeah. Winter might be that little sneak time to go with your family because it's the best of both worlds. You're going to have lower wait times. There's not a lot of travel for the parks. It might be travel for family stuff like Thanksgiving and all that stuff like that. But so I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. And I was going to say something else too for you to consider is like the special events that happen at Disney World, right?
Yes.
Whether it's just specific special events that they always have annually or ones that are around like holidays.
Sure.
So for instance, like July 4th, they usually have something, especially, they have fireworks every day, but they have a special event for July 4th. We mentioned Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party that's in the fall. And then you have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And then Epcot has all the festivals all throughout the year. So like there's a lot of happening. So sometimes a lot of those events do draw a lot of guests. So if you're not wanting specifically to go attend one of those special events, try planning it outside of those events.
And all that information is on their website. You can find out those major events. They also do smaller events like marathons and things of that nature, right? So those we had to learn the hard way because we weren't checking out the calendar. Yeah. And we'd be like, why is it so crowded this random Saturday or this random Friday? Because they're having a marathon that weekend. So
or like when they have like competition, like cheerleading competitions.
Oh my Lord.
Yes.
She'd be like
park down early or
because we try to do like staycations. If you haven't watched our staycation video, go check it out. But we do staycations where we'll stay at one of the resorts. And we'll be like, why are the prices high all of a sudden? You do a little research and find out, oh man, okay, they're having a competition this weekend. So, once again, that supply and demand concept is kicking in. So
right. And then I was going to say another thing to think about or consider is like, with those special events or traveling, any specific time of year is consider the crowd levels because those will... those will vary, and especially during the holidays, like the crowd levels they could get
out of control. And
very crowded, especially like Christmas and New Year's, very crowded.
And we talked about in one of our other videos, stress factors, right? Yeah. That tends to turn up the stress factors, and it can affect your budget. It can affect your time of the year. Like, so if you're going, to Kim's point, you're going in the summer and
Yeah.
there's an event happening
Yeah.
and it's raining that day,
Or
and like
very
all of those
hot.
factors, those stress factors, it just kind of ruins your moment, right?
Yeah.
So you got to think of like, how can I reduce my stress factors so that I can have the best, most magical experience, so I
Right.
can have a universal experience, right? So you have to think about those things. Or now we got to say epic, because they're epics out
Epic
here,
too, yes.
you know? So, but yeah, those are definitely, that's a good point. Like, you know, managing understanding the crowd levels, because you may, okay, the weather might be good, right?
Yeah.
And then you pick the right time of the year, but now it's like you can't, everything's a 3-hour wait. You don't have the VIP tickets or the fast pass
multi pass tickets.
Yeah.
Now they're called. Yeah.
You don't have none of that
if
stuff.
you're not wanting to do it, if you want to be on the budget and not do that, then you definitely need to go when it's less crowded.
Yeah. And last thing will say is maybe understanding on those days. We kind of talked about this a little bit in one of our other videos, but the timing of the day may help you with that too, right? So if we're talking about, okay, well, you know what, we got to do the summer because that's when I got my PTO.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So then you plan your day where you say, you know what, we're going to go at nighttime, and then during the daytime, we're probably going to stay at the resort, or if we're at an Airbnb, you'll stay at your Airbnb, and then you do some fun things there. You go to movies, like it's Orlando. There's tons of things. Pool, right? So while you may say, I spent all this money, I should be at the park all day. Trust me, you could be at the park all day and be stressed out and ride 3 rides. Or you can plan it better. You could go to the park at night, go there for like 4 or 5 hours, ride like 6, 7 rides because of the timing that you came. And then you guys already relax and have fun during the daytime at the pool, going to the theaters, shopping, whatever have you. So it may seem like you're getting less time in there, but it's a better planning, a better planned time of your use.
A better time of use.
Yeah, better plan.
Take your time.
You're using your time better. How about that? I don't know. I got tongue tied with that, but yeah, those are those are some of the things we do on a regular.
Yeah.
Obviously we're close, so it works out for us. We had a lot of opportunity with this to get it right. Yeah. But when we went to Disneyland, we planned that thing to the T. We knew what we were expecting, and we were able to get the best bang for our buck. So
and so overall, I know my overall pick for you would be, it really just depends on, I don't want to necessarily tell you like, go fall or pick summer.
Because it could vary from year to year.
It could vary from year to year. So honestly, you know, whatever,
just think about all those factors.
Yeah, whatever season you are really wanting to do it, like Cleet said, that you have the time to do it, pick that one, and then within that season, like figure out, okay, is there a special event happening around that time or whatever have you, and go off that. Like
try to go the best timing in that season, right?
Yes.
So like we kind of suggested, it could be early summer, end of summer,
Mm-hmm.
early fall, end of fall.
Yeah.
I suggest winter, because winter always
I
seems
like
to
the
work.
cool.
But you know, you might be like, I'm tired of cold. I'm getting out of the cold.
I want hot. Yeah. A lot of
that's
northerners,
our perspective.
A lot of northerners come down for the heat, because when it gets like, when it's cold for us, like 60s, which is a cool day, and they are in the pool, we're like, really? But the northerners, they love it.
They love this. This is great. I'm like, no. So, but yeah, so hopefully it's been helpful,
Yeah, we hope this has helped you all. Let us know if you have any questions or any tips of your own.
Yeah.
Put them in the
comments
below. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, Life with the Gums. Hit that notification bell so you can stay up with the latest and greatest with Life with the Gums. Be sure to like our videos, comment, and engage with us. Y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Until next video, bye.